Good morning, friends. Let's sing a morning song. I invite you to rise in body and or spirit. This is a new hymn out of our online hymn book entitled Keepers of the Faith. And I'll play a little bit of it. You've got the choir here helping you out. And it's a fun sing.
Good morning. Welcome to the Olympia Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Our faith community envisions an interconnected world that is loving, just, and healthy. We believe that diversity in all the ways that we are different is sacred, and our community is enriched by the unique gifts that each of us brings. We affirm that we are all growing and becoming, and that we learn from each other, united by our UU values. You belong here just as you are now, and however you continue to grow as your life unfolds. Thank you for choosing to join us today, whether you are in the sanctuary or on Zoom. My name is Ann Colbury, and I prefer she, her pronouns. I'm a member of the worship arts team. I'm an older white woman with dark hair and glasses, wearing a gray cardigan today. Leading worship today is our minister, Reverend Mary Geer, Reverend Sara Lewis, our Director of Community and Faith Development, and Troy Fisher, our music director. Here are a few things to know about our service today. We are streaming live on Zoom and YouTube, and the service is being recorded. For those here in the sanctuary, you can follow along by reading the subtitles and hymn lyrics here on the screen in front, and on Zoom for those of you who are online. Because we are a multi-generational community, we welcome all ages here in the sanctuary. Over here are soft chairs and activities for children, and we offer both nursery care and a story program just down the hall in the classroom wing. Families, please be wherever you can be most comfortable. Everyone, ages 5 and older, is welcome to take a busy bag from the basket just outside the sanctuary doors. If your hands prefer to be actively engaged during the service, you'll be sure to find something to keep them happy. We're grateful to everyone helping to make worship happen this morning. For example, who designed our sound system? Did your pledges or participation in the auction help pay for its marvels? Did you help arrange the chairs after voice class yesterday? Perhaps you assisted someone this morning to allow them to be here. Thank you to everyone who is helping and contributing in so many ways. After the service, everyone will have the chance to discuss reflection questions offered by Reverend Mary and listed in the order of service. For those online, we invite you to join a virtual discussion in a breakout room. And for those in person, please stay for coffee and conversation in the Commons. At 12:15 today, please join us here in the sanctuary or back in the main Zoom room for a skill builder forum with Reverend Sara on appreciating volunteers. Today and next Sunday, we invite everyone who would like a new photo for the directory to head out to the patio after the service. Are you someone between the ages of 18 and 50? Want to get to know some fellow UU peers over lunch? Our Generation XYZ group meets today at 12:15 in the classroom wing. Join us for food and fellowship. And if you haven't noticed the beautiful new quilt hanging in the center of the sanctuary, it could be yours. The sewing ministry is donating it to the auction. The lucky winner's ticket will be announced at the live auction on May 16th. Raffle tickets will be sold in the Commons after services starting today. Look for members of the sewing ministry, they have hats, big tall hats on, to support OUUC and purchase your chances to win. Last, for those online today, we're going to be having a ritual of a dirt communion later in the service. So we invite you to find a bit of soil or dirt that you can share with us using your camera. As you can see, there is a lot happening at OUUC. Keep track of it all by reading the Tuesday electronic update or the website. And if you haven't yet, ask Virginia in the office to send the update to your email so you can stay current. Now, as we enter this time of worship, we invite you to open to the possibility of transformation in this gathering of community. Thank you for your engaged presence. It's so good to be together. This morning, we join UU congregations around the world in lighting our chalice, the symbol of our faith tradition. With these words of Reverend Shirley Ann Rank and Jerry Kishbaugh Hildebrand. Whoops.
You're good.
Sorry.
You're totally good.
Committed to respond to the call of a wounded world, we join together this day with loving hearts, hands, and minds, embracing the interconnected web of water, air, and earth. We light a fire of sustaining hope, ever bright with love and justice.
Welcome, everyone. I'm not sure which mic I'm using today. It's old habits. I have one, don't I, Carmen? Good morning. I'm Reverend Mary, and I use she, her pronouns. I am an older white woman with short, curly hair. I wear glasses. Today I have on a black top, a chalice necklace, and the beautiful multicolored stole you gifted me when I returned from my sabbatical. Our opening words today are offered by Margaret Weiss. Come into this place with your whole self, the parts that are raw and exposed, the part that is beaming with joy, the part that is seeking the truth, the new, the possibility. Come into this place, open your heart. Lay down your burdens. Lift up your hope for something new to happen. Come into this place with fellow travelers on the journey, some faces new and others familiar, and all welcoming you here, now to this moment. Come, let us worship together.
I invite you to rise again in body and spirit, and let's sing Carolyn McDade's wonderful hymn, Rising Green. It's hymn number 1068 in the Teal hymn book.
Good morning, all. So if you look up soil in a dictionary, you might get an answer like it's the top layer of the earth where the plants grow. Or it's a brown or blackish substance made of decayed organic matter and rock particles and clay. But you also could say that soil is a community. Now, soil is mostly composed of three inorganic minerals. It's clay, sand, and silt, and a little bit of organic matter, decomposed bits from dead plants and animals. In fact, when organic matter breaks down into the smallest bit that it can be, it can't break down any smaller, it's called humus, which comes from the same root as the word human. But also in soil are lots and lots, in fact, billions of microorganisms. These little tiny creatures, bacteria and fungi. And they, along with the roots of the plants, are what makes the soil community. Because plants are kind of like us humans. They need nutrients. Now, plants are amazing because they can make their food out of sunlight using photosynthesis. But what they make out of sunlight is sugar. And, well, you wouldn't be all that healthy if all you ate was sugar. You need micronutrients that come from something else, and so do the plants. And so that's where the microorganisms come in. The microorganisms are really clever, and they are able to take the inorganic minerals and break them into forms of nutrients that the plants can use, and they give them to the plants. And the plants, in exchange, give the microorganisms sugars to eat. And this is an exchange. It's a community. It's amazing. All of this happens down in the soil around the roots. But it breaks down, the relationship breaks down when the plants decide that they don't need the microorganisms anymore. Why wouldn't they need the microorganisms anymore? You guessed it, it's us. Yeah, when we spray lots of fertilizers, the plants are like, whoa, look at all this easy to get stuff. And they get like fixed on that to the point where they don't need the relationship with the microorganisms anymore. And when the microorganisms don't get fed anymore, then they're not there. And so next year, when we plant crops, we need the fertilizers again, because now the relationship, the community is gone. Now, this can all happen really fast, and it can take years and years to build back again, but it doesn't have to be this way. We can remember why community is important, and that when we take crops out of the ground, we're not just taking a plant away, we're taking part of a community away. We can remember how important soil is, why, in fact, soil is sacred. Thus ends our story.
Each Sunday, we engage in the two spiritual practices of generosity and gratitude as we join together in service to this community and to something greater than ourselves. Participating in our weekly offering is an opportunity to express our gratitude for the gifts that life has given us, the network of relationships in which we live, and the important presence of this community. Each of us has the power to share, but when we combine our gifts to make an offering, we can do more than any one of us can alone. If you are new or a new visitor, you are our guest. However, if you are moved to participate in the offering, whatever you offer will be gratefully received. The offering collected here does two things. Half to help support the ongoing work of this congregation, which is also supported by our regular pledges. The other half of our offering goes to charity. Most is shared with an organization that serves our community in harmony with our UU values. And a small portion goes to the OUUC's Minister's Benevolence Fund that supports the more urgent needs in our community. Our Share the Plate organization for March and April is POWER, an acronym for Parents Organizing for Welfare and Economic Rights. POWER is an organization of low-income parents and their allies who advocate for a strong social network while working towards a world in which children and their caregivers are truly valued and the devastation of poverty has been eradicated. Their important work includes providing grassroots support for members of our local community through mutual aid, support groups, and legislative advocacy. We offer thanks to everyone who gives, including those who contribute electronically. You can find out about that in the order of service and on the OUUC website. May the offering now be generously given, as it will be gratefully received.
Thank you so much for sharing your many gifts in all the ways that you do so. This morning we gather. We gather as our ancestors have done. We gather in times of worry and grief and in times of celebration and joy. We come into community, bringing all that is on our minds and in our hearts. So let's open our hearts to the complexity of life as we place stones in the water of community. You'll hear a drum beat. I invite you to allow its resonance into your body. It's the heartbeat of life, the heartbeat of our community. Would you take a breath with me now? In and out. Feel the air as it enters and leaves your body. Feel the earth solid beneath us. Feel the warmth of connection. Today, Raymond Riggin shares that their uncle, Ryan Sprague Riggin, died on Monday, April 6th. Raymond asks for our prayers and good thoughts for them and their family as they grieve this loss. Cards of support would also be welcome, and you can get Raymond's address from Victoria in the office. Raymond, we hold you in love and care in this community as you mourn. You are not alone. And today is Non-Binary Parents' Day, a day when we recognize, honor, and celebrate all the identities and ways that we parent and our parenting styles. Today and all days, may we commit to increase our understanding of diversity as we welcome and include all families in our community and circle of care. So let's open our circle wide now to invite those on Zoom to share from your heart by entering in the chat. Those of us in the sanctuary will be able to see your sharing on the screen, and it's also shared with me and the pastoral care team. And for those on site today, I invite you to come forward if there's something you would like to bring into our community. You may place a stone in the water as you hold your sharing in your heart. Let's hear the heartbeat of our community as we reach out our hearts in love and care to all who share today. We'll place a stone in the water for all that has been shared online, shared from the heart. And one more stone placed in the water for all that we hold in our hearts this day and that remains unspoken. We hold together all that has been shared. May you feel yourself witnessed. May you know that you are loved. Let's take a breath together. I invite you to settle in whatever posture you will be able to howl. This is a day that needs some howling, I think. You can stand or sit or lie down or whatever is most comfortable for you. In a moment, I'm going to start to howl. I invite you to join me, and we'll howl for as long as we howl, and then we'll be in silence together. Here we go.
I invite you to remain seated and let's sing together Becoming.
Today's reading is a poem entitled Lamentation by our fellow OUUC member, Kurt Hill. Tell me, where does it hurt? How do you feel it? As deep as that hole we once dug to China? The needles fell, nude all winter. I thought it had died, only it was a dawn redwood, a treasure. It all falls, like the time I leaned back against an imagined wall, a blanket strung over a rope. Just a bruise, a moment gone, coming to with faces looking down at me. Was he okay? Deep in woods, I walked home and didn't tell my mother anything. One of many wounds endured mostly in silence, some crying out for comfort. Tell me, where does it hurt? Where is your heart broken, shattered like a mirror punched in rage? The anger covering a deep reservoir of sorrow, filling from streams and rivulets, all becoming the ocean of what I feel. Tell me where it hurts. Tell me of the anguish, the unquenchable pain. Telequa carried her stillborn calf on her nose for 17 days, swimming among her orca family, wailing in a language I don't know, in sounds I can't hear.
Tell me, where does it hurt? On this Earth Day, if we were to ask this question, tell me, where does it hurt? The answer would likely be everywhere. The water, the air, the soil, the weather, the animals, including us humans. All the biosystems of our Earth are challenged right now. And because we are connected, it's a system. As one part changes, the others react, and then more parts react, and so on, causing the system to become more unstable and unpredictable. Tell me, where does it hurt? Kurt's poem offers us an invitation to grief. How are we to live with this uncertainty and grief? This year, we have been using 2 books to help answer that question. Joanna Macy and Chris Johnstone's Act of Hope, and Laura Schmidt's How to Live in a Chaotic Climate. And what I want to lift up today is the subtitles of those books. It's Active Hope, How to Face the Mess We're In with Unexpected Resilience and Creative Power. And How to Live in a Chaotic Climate, 10 Steps to Reconnect with Ourselves, our communities, and our planet. Each of these authors speaks of many things, gratitude and joy, and they both speak of grief, specifically eco-grief, the emotional, psychological, and physical response to the loss of ecosystems, landscapes, species, and ways of life that's caused by climate change and environmental destruction. It's the grief we felt as we watched a mother orca carry her calf for 17 days. It's the grief we feel as we watch parts of our world impacted by 100-year storms that are coming more and more often. It's the grief that we feel when our part of the world is impacted by more floods and drought and fires and mudslides. These wise teachers invite us to feel our grief so that we can reconnect. We grieve only for what we love. If we feel the grief of our challenged earth, we can reconnect with our love for this home, this planet that gives us everything we need for our life and for life itself. This miracle of life. And when we reconnect with our love, we want to protect what we love. The choir sang, "Let's see what love can do to mend a broken world." Our grief calls us to love and calls us to action. One of the core values of Unitarian Universalism that we claim is of interdependence. We honor the interdependent web of all existence, and we acknowledge our place in it. It is interdependence that calls us to remember our love for all life and to work to protect it. And while Unitarian Universalists and UU ministers don't often talk about sin, I believe that our greatest sin is disconnection. When we deny the connection of the divine within us, we can come to believe that we are unworthy of love and care. When we deny that we are connected to each other, we can come to support deportation based on skin color or the elimination of a social safety net. When we deny that we are connected to the earth, we pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Thank you, Joni Mitchell and the Counting Crows. We have been singing about this for a long time. Environmental attorney and activist James Gustav Speth said this: "I used to think that the top environmental problems were biodiversity loss, ecosystem collapse, and climate change. I thought that 30 years of good science could address these problems. Science could address these problems. I was wrong. The top environmental problems are selfishness, greed, and apathy. And to deal with these, we need a cultural and spiritual transformation." We are called by the values of our faith tradition to transform ourselves so we can transform the world and protect our earth. Recently, the Artemis II space mission showed us once again how precious our world is. This was the first photo that they sent back. It was taken as they looked back at Earth on their way to the moon. And they said, "Hello, world." Just take in this vision. Isn't it beautiful? Aren't we a miracle? The Artemis II astronauts were the most diverse NASA crew yet. And when they returned to Earth, they said that the mission reminded them of what it actually means to be human. They left the Earth to remember what it means to be human. And they said it's laughter, joy, tears, and an instinct toward one another that transcends boundaries and borders. They told us that they hoped their mission would give the world a sense of hope and unity. They reminded us that we are interconnected and that we have a place in the vastness of this universe. As we approach Earth Day this coming Wednesday, we celebrate that Gaia continues to sustain us, to sustain all life. Spring returns with new life, and we commit to notice joy amidst the despair. We plant seeds in the compost, and we fan the embers of hope. In this perilous time, it helps me to remember that reconnection is possible. Now we need people to care for those who are impacted and hurting, and helpful and loving hands show up. We need truth tellers to let us know what is happening, and they show up to write and speak and sing the truth to us. And we need prophets to remind us of what is possible, to proclaim a vision of interdependence and justice. And there are new and old prophetic voices coming forward to proclaim that vision. And so today we are going to invite you to return to this earth, to connect with earth, literally, with earth, soil, dirt. In a moment, we're going to engage in a dirt communion. The word communion shares an origin with the word community. It means fellowship, reciprocity, and connection. And that's our relationship not only with each other, but with dirt. It's foundational. We need dirt to put down roots, to grow, to bloom, to spread seeds. And dirt is gritty and muddy and earthy and, well, dirty. We are made of the same elements of soil, and we, just like the soil, we are sacred. Not only are we made of dirt, but we have dirt in our lives. We are a faith that says, bring your imperfection, bring your truest, most authentic self. Bring your dirt. It's part of what makes us each whole and human. So as we enter the sacred space of ritual, I invite you to consider how you can reconnect with the earth. What does dirt mean to you? What seeds do you wish to plant?
We invite you now to our dirt communion. We asked that you bring dirt from a place that you consider home, and if you didn't, don't worry. We have plenty of dirt here so everyone can participate. For those online, if you have dirt to share, please round that up now. As the people on site come forward for the dirt communion, we'll share the gallery view here in the sanctuary. So be prepared to turn on your camera and hold up your dirt if you like. When our dirt is gathered and blessed, we will invite you to bring some home with you to use in a way that supports and creates life. For those on site, after the service, please take some home with you in the cups that we'll provide. And for anyone who isn't here today, we'll leave the pot of dirt outside near the front doors for the next week. Feel free to stop by and get some. Everyone is welcome to this symbol of reconnection. So let's pause for a moment and take a breath. Consider what dirt means to you. What seeds do you wish to plant? And how can you reconnect? We'll ask that you come forward down the center aisle and then return to your seats by the sides. And for anyone in the choir who wasn't here for first service, you're invited to come forward as well. You're now invited to bring your dirt forward or scoop some from the bucket. Everyone is welcome.
Thank you to those online who shared your dirt with us. The camera's back there if you want to turn around and wave. We'll wave to you. And we're going to put a few scoops of dirt into our pot for those of us who are joining us online today. And we'll add one more scoop for all that is outside of our walls, all that is in our interconnected web. Our dirt is gathered, the beautiful, messy stuff of life. And so we're going to bless this dirt together, the symbol of the transformational power of earth, with the words of Joy Berry. Will you join me in the refrain? We bless the dirt. We bless this dirt. In the knowledge that we are all of us imperfect, but come together in communities of grace, we bless this dirt. In the belief that we humans share an origin and a common destiny, we bless this dirt. In a sustaining faith in human redemption and growth, we bless this dirt. In the wisdom of science that tells us dirt is an important part of our own health and happiness, we bless this dirt. In understanding that all living creatures are connected and have a right to healthy soil, we bless this dirt. In hopes that we continue to grow together in mind, in body, and in spirit, we bless this dirt. Blessed be. Amen.
I invite you to rise in body and our spirit, and let's sing our closing song, For the Weaving of Our Lives.
We extinguish our chalice with the words of the Reverend Shirley Ann Rank and Jerry Kirkspaw Hildebrand. May we bring forth on this day new wisdom, strength, and courage to create a new world, not of wealth, but of well-being. A world of new peace and abundance for all. As we give thanks for this earth, our shared and singular home, may we dedicate ourselves to its ongoing care. Rising to the call deep within us and all around us, may we respond today and always with courage and with love. May you go with joy, go with commitment, go with love, and don't forget to get some dirt.
got all 88 keys in his hand. You were great, choir. Thank you. You're welcome.